Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook here, the 2019 NFL Scouting Combine. This is day number 2. The players are starting to arrive, running backs and offensive line today. Earlier in the day, we had some GMs and head coaches speak to us as well. So here's some of the sights, some of the sounds, and some of the interviews from today.
Numerous conversations with his agent. I've spoken to him directly, and he has expressed a willingness to be here in Cleveland. So I think what you do is you let that process unfold. I would love to have that player here, and just we'll wait and see at the appropriate moment.
John, in your estimation, what's the biggest jump when you're scouting offensive linemen from the college game to the pro game that they have to make in their rookie seasons?
Your question was, what is the biggest jump for an offensive lineman from going from the college to the pros?
Yes.
Well, I think what they have to do is it's more of a technical aspect. I mean, a lot of guys in college football today rarely are in three-point stance because of the way the different offenses are run. So then from a technical standpoint, they're going to have to get used to having that hand into the ground. And then the caliber of player that they're going to play in, every Sunday is a little bit different than the caliber of player they'll be playing on Saturdays. So it's becoming familiar with the terminologies of the scheme that they're trying to block in. And then from a physical component, it's just, working on those little technical things that separate, the good ones from the great ones.
John, what stood out to you about Marvin Allen from your time together in KC?
Excuse me? 2019 Indianapolis Combine. From an organizational standpoint, it gives us a chance to see the draft class of 2019 up close and personal. I would like to say thank you to Jeff Foster and his staff for running basically a seamless week's worth of work, and all of y'all should, if you see Jeff, say thank you for him for doing that. It's fun to be here. You know what else? It is a 2019 season, y'all. We start 100 years of football. We in the state of Ohio, we pride ourselves on football, and I think 5 of the 11 original teams were from Ohio, so it's kind of exciting for 100 years of football. There's a lot of energy in 76 Lou Groza Boulevard here with the new coaching staff. The guys are diligently working. You can feel that energy. By no means were we satisfied where we ended the season. We ended on some positive notes here, but I think we have bigger expectations moving forward. With that, I'll take your questions.
Last year, the trades before free agency started, or right when free agency started, could you expect the same kind of situation this year?
Well, I think you have to explore all opportunities with regards to how to acquire, players. I mean, we've always said we'll examine everything. We'll attempt to see if we can make the best decision for the organization moving forward, because, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get better, year in and year out.
Have you had any word yet on when the suspension for Kareem Hunt will be handed down, or do you have any indication how long he might be out?
No, I think right now what the league is probably in their final steps of making these determinations. I think at the appropriate time, they'll contact us and let us know that.
Are there any other Kansas City free agents you're interested in?
I'm not allowed to talk about other teams' players, and I like to talk about the Cleveland Browns.
John, what's your impression of the type of player that David Njoku is becoming?
I think David, the one thing about David, he's a very young man. I love his passion. I love his competitiveness. Here's a guy who is he is willing to go work day in and day out to try to master his craft. I have high expectations, we have high expectations for David moving forward, and he rightfully has high expectations of himself.
John, what's your understanding of Rashard Perriman's plans